Alright everyone, welcome back. We are playing Pokemon Champions today, and in particular, we are showing off Sceptile, fan favorite Pokemon of mine ever since Omega Ruby. And with Regulation MB coming out in Pokemon Champions, I figured it would be a good time as any to show off Sceptile and see how it fares in this meta. There's a lot of challenges with it. I find that throughout my gameplay, as you'll see, that it has been a little bit frail. You know, it is a very much a speedster Pokemon, right? And you have a lot of threats like Mega Floette, the new Mega Staraptor going crazy. Mega Charizard hits pretty hard as well for neutral damage, and so it can be a little bit challenging to bring a Sceptile, but when it goes off, it really works. And so I wanted to test it out and see how it runs, right? And I've gone through a few iterations of this team, and I found that this team in particular is something that I really enjoyed. So you have Sceptile here, right? He's running Overgrow. Sceptile, makers were using Mega, Leaf Storm, Detect, Earth Power, and Dragon Pulse. Pretty standard overall, but Earth Power is a new addition to Pokemon Champions that Sceptile got and has been very, very helpful when kind of coming up against Steel types, Poison types. Just it gives very crucial coverage. Yeah, Rotom over here discharging to charge up Mega Sceptile's Lightning Rod and to kind of reset the -2 special attack from Sceptile. Running Overheat, Discharge, Willis Protect, Life Orb. We got Charizard over here as my second win con in case I go against a matchup that isn't very favorable towards Sceptile. It's carrying Blaze, Charizardite Y, Heat Wave, Throw, Beam, Weather Ball, Protect. Pretty standard overall. The idea with my sort of team building is that I like to have two kind of like two duos that work together and have two support Pokemon in the back. That kind of goes with either or, right? And the idea that this team is very synergistic towards each other. You can see, for example, Farigiraf, right? Trick Room has been a very threatening weakness of this team that I had to patch up with Farigiraf. Running Trick Room, Psychic, Helping Hand, Protect, Armor Tail, Citrus Berry. It's pretty standard. Its job is to basically revert Trick Room, as a majority of this team is pretty fast, and it is a very it is a key point of weakness if we did not address it. Whimsicott over here with Moonblast, Tailwind, Worry Seed, Protect. Prankster, it does Whimsicott things, but Worry Seed in particular is for reverting Contrary on Mega's Staraptor. It can be very dangerous, especially with all the close combats and Brave Birds, but having Worry Seed as a tech option is very helpful. And finally, we have Metagross. Clear Body, Sugarberry, Ironhead, Psychic Fans, Protect. It is a sort of vanguard for the team in the sense that it helps cover various options, especially covering the ice types that threaten Mega Sceptile, in addition to any poison types as well. And without further ado, let's get into some matches, everyone. Regulation MB honestly hasn't been that bad to me. It's been going ups and downs as part of the struggle with running Sceptile into sort of a metagame that is kind of unfriendly towards it, but I've been having a lot of fun, especially Switch and mobile. You know, definitely going to be a big game changer in terms of trying to get people into the game, right? And so I'm just providing, like, you know, post-game commentary of my matches, right? I'm seeing for draft, we're seeing Raichu, we're seeing Basculegion. Incineroar definitely is a point of concern. See, I'm leading with Sceptile, Metagross. Clear Body of Metagross is very helpful against the Incineroar. Intimidate doesn't work on it. So we bring in Rotom in the back just to be able to proc Sceptile's Lightning Rod, and also for the Gholdengo. For draft in the back, just in case, because I see that for draft on the other team, and my first thought goes into Trick Room. Going into the match. Yeah, Raichu Gholdengo. And so, a little bit hesitant. It's not a bad matchup for me, but I'm a little bit curious as to where there's like a helping hand Raichu or not. See, I'm holding over thinking I should just go straight into Gholdengo and Stomping Tantrum into Raichu. Though now that I'm rewatching this, it's kind of a little bit ironic. As you guys can see later, you pop the Mega, beautiful scenery, by the way. I love the stadium, just vibes. And I think Pokemon Champions has been amazing in terms of trying to make a platform for competitive Pokemon. Free as well, right? So you see the Mega Raichu, is it Y or X? I think for sure that's Y. Unfortunately, Earth Power does not KO, and we take a big Focus Blast. Does not kill though, but a special defense drop is not fun. Unfortunately, this Shadow Ball does pick up the knockout on Metagross. It's probably should have seen that one coming. It's Ghost type. It's probably faster than Metagross, and so we unfortunately lose the Metagross, and we take still around this darn Goldengo, 1 HP even with Life Orb. But Rotom Heat is out, and I choose to Earth Power because I believe I'm the fastest one in the field. So our discharge to try to charge up the Sceptile, right? With the withdrawing on Goldengo into for draft isn't the worst. It's still do some good damage, right? Protect into Raichu. Blocks my Earth Power, but Discharge is able to go off and start the charge on Sceptile. Get some damage on for Giraffe as well. I'm almost just a little bit under half. It's not bad. So yeah, it's kind of a still advantageous win position for me, right? At this point, I don't want to risk it. Just full on Leaf Storm into Raichu, and just keep on with discharging. Just keep on charging Sceptile. Is what I would say if I wasn't just trying to take out the Fur Draft in general. Got a little bit of downtime. Let me guys know in the comments how you guys felt about Pokemon Champions so far. Leaf Storm does pick up the kill on Raichu. Special attack drop -2 is gonna be not the worst because we had the +1 earlier, so it's a -1. Overheat does not take out for Giraffe. -2 on Rotom, but that is already 2 Pokemon down, with basically the 1 HP Goldengo left over as well. So it's a very good position. Yeah, Basque Legion comes out, and Basque Legion, top meta threat at the moment, but it is free eats for Sceptile's Leaf Storm. And we just go over Discharge, and we just settled the game right there. Is what I would say if you didn't go for Protect. But that's okay, because you're just buying your... Oh, wait, no, I forgot, it avoided it, unfortunately. Leaf Storm does have that chance to miss. Just under half, or just a little bit over half, even with super effective. But paralysis is very nice, and I believe it does get the oh no, it doesn't. Surf goes off. I think we live this Surf though. Yeah, we barely live the Surf. ×4 resist. Unfortunately, we do lose Rotom, but at this point, I think it's okay because 1 HP Goldengo and the Verdraft comes out. Yes, sorry, I had an audio split there. Leaf Storm goes into Basque Legion. At this point, you can just chip off Goldengo, and I believe that should be game. Communication and loading times, guys. I think that there's gonna be a lot of that going on, especially with mobile versus Switch players. I personally like playing with Switch, but I don't have a Switch capture card, guys, so I need to use my phone to record these matches. Make It Rain. It got heavily nerfed in this game. I think it's -2 special attack now instead of -1, and it also has a 95% chance accuracy, so it does have that chance to miss. But yeah, with that, we do win our first match. So far, very good showing. Though I do want to just think about this match again, right? Probably should have protected into the Metagross instead of losing it so early. Or we could even just pivot it into Friddraft and just immune, free switching. But you know what? Past is in the past, right? Going into our second match. Woo! Sorry, guys. The team is Gengar, Charizard, Garchomp, Sylveon, Whimsicott, Sneasler. Sneasler is a very not fun Pokemon to go against if you're Sceptile, because there's always that chance that it outspeeds you. See, I'm carefully weighing my options as I could, just like the hesitancy in picking my Pokemon out. Because you're thinking about it, right? Gengar is also not a fun addition, especially with dual poisons. See Sylveon as well, Hyper Voice, Pixelate. Sceptile is part Dragon too, so it gets super effective damage. And you're forgetting that Sceptile is always fragile. It does not like to eat those attacks, and so I'm just really being careful as to kind of lead up I want to bring in. I believe I did. I wasn't even looking. I was just talking. I think I did Sceptile, Whimsicott. I remember I actually picked Charizard in the back, and I was like, I did not mean to pick Charizard. But yeah, we lead off with probably not the greatest matchup in the world. Two grass types against two poison types. But we do have that Earth Power coming in again. I thought initially was that take out the Sneasler, Tailwind. Because in my head, Gengar doesn't really run poison that often. And I'm just gonna wait for it to happen. Yeah, Fake Out comes out from Sneasler, preventing my Tailwind to come out. Earth Power comes in though. Does not take out Sneasler. I wish Earth Power was stronger. This is the second time now. Earth Power does not guarantee the KO. But yeah, the Sludge Bomb onto Whimsicott, no Tailwind, but it's revealed to me that they do have poison coverage. So I bring out the Rotom. Rotom and Sceptile kind of buddies at this point. I was a little bit scared for the poison moves. So I'm just weighing in the options, right? If I were to just predict my movements, I'm pretty sure I would. Yeah, I went Earth Power. Oh yeah, I think I was faster than all of them. I just discharged. So yeah, goes into the protect, but it doesn't matter. We weren't locking into. Earth Power comes out, takes out the Gengar. We're still faster than it, even with whatever potential speed investments was on Sneasler. Discharge comes off, and we begin charging, guys. We're charging the battery. Charging Sceptile's Lightning Rod up. So now we have that +1. They're staring down. Pretty good duel altogether. Think about it, right? Ice types do not want to take an overheat. Now, this was interesting. Charizard comes out, and as you remember from the beginning, I was a little bit concerned into Mega Charizard Y in particular, with its very strong either Weather Ball or Heat Waves, Stab, Sun Boosted, would definitely take out a neutrally damaged Sceptile. So I went Discharge to pick off the Sneasler, charge up Sceptile, and Dragon Pulse into Charizard just to get some +1 just neutral damage. Goes into the Garchomp to patch my Discharge, but to my surprise, Mega Charizard X. You don't see that often in doubles, and I think that's really cool. But unfortunately, we went Dragon Pulse into it, so that +1 stab is unfortunately going to take out the super effective against Dragon Mega Charizard X. Discharge does not do anything but power up our Sceptile even further. So you're facing a +2 before Fate comes out. So right now, Second win. Pretty good, right? And so there is scenarios where, like, if you want Sceptile to work, you really have to support it. Ice types have been, like, think about Mega Floette, right? Pretty concerning in terms of a matchup. I haven't seen it too much though. I think Metagross and all the recent Steel types, especially like King Gambit, has really put a hamper on that. But the occasional Ice Fairy types, Poison even, is very threatening. And that's actually why I subbed. I used to have a Garchomp on this team. I subbed it out for Metagross to just check those in particular, right? Going into this match, the Fable, Charizard, Whimsicott, Incineroar, Tandemaus? Maushold? I think it's Maushold. Maushold and Venusaur. Sun, very clear Sun team. Sceptile does not fare well in this matchup. This is one of the matchups where I would bring in Charizard, because Leaf Storms, Dragon Pulses isn't really going to be as effective in this matchup. And so I bring out the Charizard, Rotom, just the dual fire types. Yeah, Whimsicott, and then I do bring out Metagross. And so it's not really much of a Sun team per se, but I do appreciate having a Weather option. Weather has really, not really, it's kind of gone down a little bit ever since Regulation MA and just the holy Weather Wars in MA. But coming out with Charizard Whimsicott against their Incineroar Whimsicott, and Intimidate comes off, doesn't really affect me too much. Special attacking Charizard here. Fire off a Heat Wave, Tailwind. Might as well fire off Tailwind just to match their Whimsicott. Heat Wave is to not only just take out Whimsicott / proc its Focus Sash, but also just get some chip damage on Incineroar. Yeah, Fake Out comes out. No Tailwind from me. Tailwind comes out from their end. Heat Wave does proc the Focus Sash and get some pretty good damage altogether if you consider that fire resists fire, so it just resisted damage in general. First thought, just to click Heat Wave, just pick up the Whimsicott and just set on my Tailwind before inevitably this Incineroar takes up the free kill with Flare Blitz. Oh, actually, wait. Protect comes off from Whimsicott. Tailwind from us. So now we match their Tailwind, so kind of just, neutralize it. Heat Wave from us. If I knew that Whimsicott would protect, I would have gone for a Weather Ball, because Heat Wave spread damage is lowered. Flare Blitz does take out our Whimsicott, unfortunately. Did his job. You did your job, Whimsicott. Some pretty good neutral damage after some chip damage after Citrus Berry. And so I'm here thinking, what do I bring in to try to, just looking at the rest of the Pokemon they could have, right? Bring in Rotom, and just to pick off that Whimsicott after you use the Protect. And we go Protect on our Charizard just to not get hit by our Discharge. And also in case they try to target into Charizard as well. Protect comes up from us. Moonblast, yep. Moonblast into Charizard, we block that. Discharge. Picks off both Incineroar and Whimsicott. Life Orb, way better than Wise Glasses. Thank God for its inclusion. Probably one of the most influential updates of this regulation. Staraptor comes out, shiny, with the shiny Venusaur as well. And so this is very clear Sun team. We just had to go Weather Ball into... No, actually, yeah. Weather Ball into Venusaur, and then... I think, do we go for... Oh, we go for Protect. Okay. In case they try to target into us. They proc out their own Mega Charizard Y, so it's a Mega Charizard Y matchup. They go for Protect, which is thankful, thank goodness. We didn't target into them. But I believe, yeah, it goes for a Sleep Powder. Venusaur turns out to be faster with Chlorophyll in Sun, and so it does get the sleep off. And so, but they lose their Tailwind though. So for this one turn, we are faster, and so I decide to go for a Hail Mary, and I will. Am I gonna do it? Yeah, I bring out Metagross because I plan to go for a Discharge just to take out Charizard. And do a little chip damage to Venusaur, but mostly just take out Charizard, right? Metagross can handle Venusaur, and the rest of my team as well, as long as I just get rid of that Charizard. Right? Discharge comes off. It does not take out Charizard, though. Very close to. Does not. So now, it also does half... That's one thing I noticed. It does half damage into our Metagross. But he goes for Earth Power on Rotom. We resist that. Come on, what are we doing here? Levitate. Actually, we don't resist. We're just immune to it. Yeah. Yeah. With that lead, so I go Psychic Fence into Venusaur, and then actually I think I go Protect. Do I? Oh, I just let him take the damage again. Oh no, we don't even get to. Metagross just gets taken out. It's not enough though. Metagross just kind of tanked the Dragon Pulse. But we were able to get off the Charizard, which has, now with the Sun Gun, accidental consequence of when we bring in our Charizard Y, we're going to set up the Sun again. Sleep Powder from Venusaur. So now we got 2 sleeping Pokemon, and it's a little bit annoying, but our Charizard hasn't been touched at all besides that, so I had confidence that one of them would wake up. And when they did, they just get hit with a big fire move. Also, as a side note, I love the new Venusaur model. Menacing. Sludge Ball comes off, half damage. But we do wake up with Charizard, and we hit off with a super effective, I think boosted as well, super effective Weather Ball to successfully pick up the KO. There goes Venusaur. And yeah, pretty good showing altogether, guys. Won all 3 of our matches. And just to show you just the versatility in terms of bringing in Sceptile against most cases. If it's not a good matchup, then we bring in Charizard. Charizard Y is still very much a dominant threat in this meta, and so yeah, there you go. Going to put up our team card just one more time. Thank you so much for watching. If you guys enjoyed this content, please make sure to like, subscribe, share, all the YouTube shenanigans. And yeah, we will see you guys later. Take care, everyone.